So Squarespace has updated since I did the original tutorial on how to change text and colors. It's still very similar, but since this is your first time going through Squarespace, I want to just go ahead and record a new video. So you still, to get here, you're going to hit pages, and then you're going to see all your navigation here. So we're on the home page, which is here. About does not have a page because it's a drop down menu. So you've got our story and meet Tova, and if you wanted to change what that says, you simply hit this little cog button, and you change it right here. And then you also want to change it here so that it changes on the side as well. And then you probably want to change the URL so that it's not, so that it also reflects what these say. Just remember, if you've had your site live and you've been posting links to this particular page, that those links will no longer work. Sometimes you can create a redirect, or it can do that for you. Don't know that it does that on Squarespace, but something we can definitely look into if we need to. Okay, so let's go to our home page. You're going to always click this edit button right in the corner, and then it's going to pop into something like this. So if you want to edit your site header, you would just click that, and that's going to take you through your logo, through colors, through these icons, positioning, things like that. You shouldn't really need to mess with that unless there's like a change, and then that's probably something we can do together. But what you will want to change is probably text and photo images, and possibly even colors. So with because your site is more colorful, like you can definitely play with the colors and do things to kind of change it up. So text is really simple. You just click on the text box and you start typing. If you don't like how big it is, you can go over here, and this is where the sizes are. So these sizes are preset within the template, and then I've adjusted some things. And so actually, I take that back. This particular text is set with this, you'll see this A with the things is set, which means it's like going as big as, so if I were to add more text, juice is life for that, you can see it gets smaller, right? And then as I delete, it gets bigger, and that's because this little guy is selected. So if you take that off, it's going to be regular, and then your different sizes and headings and all of that will work. So for now, we're going to go back to the way we had it, and it was actually slightly over. There we go. So always Command Z if you accidentally mess up something, that will be your best friend. Okay, for the photo, you click on it, you look for the pencil, and this is where you'll change your photo. You'll hit replace. You can upload, select from library, which is any photos that we currently have or I've uploaded in the past, and you can browse stock images. This little circle right here, you can move that. That is the focal point. It doesn't do a whole lot for this particular image placement, but there are places where you might want it more focused over here, and it will kind of shift it. So that's really handy. You can also link your photo, and then you always want to make sure your alternate text has something in it, because that's going to help with your SEO through Google. And then over here on design, this is if you wanted to change kind of like the shape, as we've got kind of an oblong oval. So you could also play with that. If you want to change out your header, the best thing to probably do is actually come over here where it says add section, and you would click on that, and then you would go over here to these different things down here. And then I would look through kind of here, and you could see something, maybe you just want a simple photo with text over it. So you could do something like that. And that's probably going to be the best way if you want to just like completely change the design. And then I will show you how you can kind of change the colors within this design as well. But right now I just kind of want to show you how you can change the text. So if you're looking at something like this, it doesn't populate like this one does. So you click it, always look for that pencil, And then this is where you're going to change that text. You're going to see there's a dot in between, and that's just like we've copied and pasted like a dot, not a period, to give it that. You can also link that as well. So that's how you change the text on your products. If you needed to add more text, so say you wanted to add something here, you can do it two different ways. You can kind of have to play with your mouse till you get this add block section up, and then below that is going to be a text. Now here's where the big difference is that's changed in the new Squarespace is you can now drag this text box and kind of place it. You'll see these blocks, and then you can drag it like that. And so that is very new to Squarespace. You used to not be able to do that, and it makes it super easy now. I will say if you're adding a text box and something that wasn't there before, you may see there, you have to kind of play with it to get this margin. And if you ever have issues, you can go over to this edit section and you'll see where height is, and you'll see this row count. And so if I increase or decrease the row count, it kind of gives me more space. So for example, when I added this text box, I don't want my text to touch the green. I want to have a little heading there. So I would need to just kind of make an extra row. So I'm going to delete that for now. And then we'll kind of go through each of these sections here. So in our next section, we've got shop our products. You mentioned you're going to be adding more products. So what I want to show you is we'll do another video on how you can do that, how we can link that and add text. But that's kind of our basic generic way to change out these photos, change out these the text here, because you'll probably want to do that as well in here. And then also if you do want to change out the link for any buttons, again, always look for that pencil, and then you'll just paste your link right here. You can also hit that little cog and it can find a page for you. You can do a file, you can make it an email, or even a phone number. So that is, and because this says about Creative Juice, so if you remember we talked about if you change where it says Meet Tova or Our Story, if you change that URL, you'll need to come back and relink it here, and you'll do that again by hitting the pencil and then repasting the correct new link in there. And you can also do that by hitting the cogs, doing the page, and then just finding that page, which could be an easier way to do that. Okay, so that is how you're going to change your text for your home page, and it's going to actually apply to any of these pages. That's also how you're going to change your photos. So next we're going to do one on colors as well as adding product placements.